trying to send this one back to Denver. Nikola Jokic, just spectacular, as we joked with his coach, Michael Malone, earlier this year when he was on with us. Sublime is the word I always use. The talents are just rare. Big man. Go ahead, show out, show the handle, Euro step. What is this? If this happened in a pickup game, somebody'd call 19 travels and they'd fight. Am I right?
Maybe.
You know how that goes. Respect my call. Jamal Murray, present, behind the back. Jokic, 16, 6, and 4 in the first half. Third quarter, Dame time. He'll pull from anywhere. Steve, you're the shoe guy. What do you think of those mint jonts he's wearing tonight? Yeah. You know what? When you can do this,
exactly.
You can wear house shoes, man.
You do that, your sneakers don't have to match your
I don't care. You see, he's at 930-plus footers for 3 this postseason. That's the most in the NBA in the last 20 postseasons. All right, give him a bit of rest. See if the guys that are filling in can do their job, and they do. Off the miss, though, Paul Millsap, all 3 of these, 4-point game. This is a huge moment in the game. He got a fast break opportunity. Malik Beasley cannot finish. Instead of a 2-point game, this comes back the other way. C.J. McCollum, just a ruthless scorer, up and under. Massive swing, 6-point lead, home team. 6-point lead still. Speaking of massive, Rodney Hood, all 3 of these. He was pitching in a significant way off the bench. Rise and fire. Another 20-plus point game for him off the bench. 11-point game. Dame trying to draw contact, doesn't get the call, so what? Bucket good. Dame Lillard goes for 32, and they win by 9. So, we're a Houston win Friday, away from 3 Game 7 Sunday. Second time ever, if it happens. It's never happened this deep into the playoffs. The bench for the Nuggets, which got extended minutes in the blowout win Tuesday, had its worst performance in the series. There was a bit of a skirmish there, which we didn't show you in the highlight because there was nothing that really came out of it. But good news is nobody came off the benches there. Portland now a win away from the conference finals for the first time since 2000. Been a decade for Denver. Dame time with Cassidy Hubbard.
Congrats on the win, Dave.
Thank you.
Game 6 was Lillard's 15th career 30-point game. He passes Clyde the Glide Drexler. Kids, just Google him. Had a wet curl and would dunk on anyone when he was playing back in the day at Houston. He's 2 30-point games away from Drexler's record for the most in the same postseason with 7. Tim Legler alongside, and you're going to give us some touchscreen on Dame. But before we get there, let's focus on Rodney Hood and Zach Collins, because I know you feel that the contributions the Blazers got from them gave them an opportunity to win this game.
They may have saved their season in the second quarter. They fell behind double digits. You get contributions like that off your bench. You think about their center position, Nurkic out for the year. You pick up Kanter from the Knicks off the junk heap, basically. And now you got a young guy in Zach Collins. And how good Kanter and Collins have been. Collins, 14 points, great rim protection. And then Rodney Hood, the resurrection of Rodney Hood. I mean, this is going into free agency. Not a bad time to play like this. Gives him 25 off the bench. And more importantly, let Lillard rest a lot of that fourth quarter. He did his work, though, earlier than that to get separation. So let's talk about what Dame did and how he basically started to close the deal. This is a critical stretch, 2-point game. And you know he shoots from deep, but there's a method to the madness on what he's looking at right here. He gets these high screens. There's a reason they set him so high. So as he comes off, he's going to engage the 2 defenders. He's watching 2 very simple things. Am I going to get chased over the top? If he goes under, Damian Lillard's probably just going to ask Kanter to reset this, and we'll run it to the other side. If you want to chase me, well, now he's going to focus in on that backline defender. And if Jokic comes out, then Lillard will drag you to the sideline and bring 2 guys with you. If Jokic wants to stay back, Lillard knows you want to go over the top of this screen, I'm going to get downhill, I'm going to force you to retreat, and then I stop in a silly place on the floor. But there's no possible way the guard can get to that. So that's all he's reading. Big 3 puts him up 5. Very next trip, let's run the exact same action to the other side. Now this time they played a little bit differently. You still get the chase over the top. So that tells Lillard now he wants to try to engage the defender. But this time, Millsap jumps out. He's like, you're not going to get me like you did Jokic. I'm going to jump out. So Lillard's job is to drag 2. Now watch how they chase. Get over here to the sideline. He's done his job. Great players draw attention. He brings in 2. Kanter dives middle. Jokic has no choice but to step up on this pass, and that means that Zach Collins lurks on the baseline. A little 2-on-1 between the two big guys, drop it off, get fouled. All set up with Damian Lillard's shooting range, period. It's a special guy. He's made more shots from 30 and beyond than the rest of the teams in this playoffs combined.
In a sentence, do you have any sense of what to expect in Game 7, given the wild swings? Not so much in this series, but any sense?
I thought it was going to be a 7-game series beforehand, but I thought it might be an all-home series. Well, obviously, that's out the window. They both won on each other's court. You have to favor the team with the best record in the Western Conference at home. That's the Denver Nuggets.
Understood. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Scott.
I'm not going to bother asking what Tim thinks about this series because who the heck knows? There he is, Chris Long.
What's your budget on this show?
Our budget on the show, not a lot. He rang the bell, and Ben Simmons answered the bell. Speaking of drawing attention, he does that, which frees up Tobias Harris. Splapper from 3. Sixers working an early lead. Joel Embiid. Pulls no, but there's the tip. Down low, good position as Ben Simmons knocks that one in. 6-point lead late. Simmons, good ball fake. Never looks like the most comfortable dude out there shooting, even from close in, but he gets that one to fall, and he assisted or scored on 21 of the 29 points in the first quarter. 10-point lead. Jimmy Butler throws it up. There's Simmons to punch it home. Butler was excellent in this game as well. Butler here takes it into the teeth of the defense and gets the bucket off glass. And then keep an eye on defense here. Gets the rip from Kawhi out ahead of Danny Green right before the half. Huge momentum play, and you don't need much to encourage that Philadelphia fan to support it with all their heart. They were into this one. If it's going to be the last game of the year, they're going to support these guys on the way out. Kawhi's going to do what he does. I keep saying nerf. 29 for him. He's got his 8th consecutive playoff game with 20-plus, tying Vince, as in Carter, for the Raptors lead. Give me that! The kick. Mike Scott, the push ahead. Simmons to the rim. All starts with a defense from JoJo. And then with the third winding down, it's a blowout. Embiid bottoms. He goes for 17 and 12. And there will be a 7th game.
Man, if you play bad, you want to come back the next game and play better. Up there in Toronto, we felt like, we didn't play the way we wanted to. And we made a lot of mistakes, and tonight they had to be corrected.
Home crowd was great. No boos. They booed us a little bit, right?
They did boo.
Okay, they booed us a little bit.
They did.
We appreciate it. But all in all, they was really into the game.
I understand that it's Game 7, but got to come in and, fight just like we did tonight. Our back was on the line tonight. I feel like our back is still on the line. He's on the line, so we just got to do the same thing.
Time to do your research on the Raptors and Sixers. Jimmy Butler led Philadelphia. As you saw in the highlights, he was all over the place. 25 to go along with 8 assists and 6 boards. 4th game this postseason with 25 and 5, most by a Sixers player since Allen Iverson carried Philly to the finals in 2001. On the losing side, Kawhi, again, spectacular even when his team isn't. 29, had at least 20 in 8 straight games. Mentioned that ties Vince for the record for the Raptors. However, he's not scored 20 in 3 career Game 7s. Interesting. Looking ahead to that game, Raptors are 2-1 all-time in Game 7s, both wins in 2016. Sixers are 1-8 all-time in Game 7s on the road. When we continue, Michael Malone on the Nuggets loss, but they get to go home where they were spectacular this season. That's why they're the 2 seed. And how will the Warriors approach the rest of this series without Houston, without Kevin Durant, their head coach, Steve Kerr?